Hi, guys. Thanks for joining me today for our video. This is video number 19 for our grade school and middle school students and corresponds with lesson number 12, or I'm sorry, lesson number 13 in your pack. So if you have those materials to look at and pull out, please go ahead and do so. Today, we're talking about a man with a super cool name, Zacchaeus. And I'm excited to talk about his part in our gospel stories. His story comes from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 19, verses 1 through 10. And Zacchaeus is a rich tax collector and not really well liked in his community. And he'd heard that Jesus was coming to town, and he wanted to learn about Jesus. And he's a short man, and he's afraid he's not going to be able to see through the crowd. So he climbs a tree to be able to see Jesus. So I'm excited for us to hear this story from the Gospel of Luke today, to hear and find out what happens. So I actually have a video that I thought I would show you that tells today's story. It does a very nice job of telling the gospel story right from our Bible. So I'm going to pull that up so we can watch this video on Zacchaeus. Make sure I share the sound so that you can hear it. All right. So let's make it nice and big so everyone can see. And let's hear the story of Zacchaeus.
Stories of the Bible. Zacchaeus. This is Zacchaeus.
Hey there.
Who was a tax collector and very rich. Tax collectors were hated because many people thought they were liars and cheaters.
Ooh.
Zacchaeus lived in Jericho, and one day, Jesus was passing through Jericho.
What's going on?
Jesus is here! Woohoo!
Zacchaeus wanted to see who Jesus was.
Hey, excuse me. Hey, watch where you're going.
But he was too short to see above the crowd.
Oh, that's it.
So he ran ahead to a place where he knew Jesus would come. He climbed to a sycamore tree so he could see Jesus. When Jesus came to that place, he looked up and saw Zacchaeus in the tree.
Oh, hey there, friend. Who? Me? Yeah, you.
He said to him, Zacchaeus, hurry and come down. I must stay at your house today.
Oh, all right.
Zacchaeus came down quickly. He was pleased to have Jesus in his house. All the people saw this and began to complain.
Ugh.
Look at the kind of man Jesus stays with. Zacchaeus is a sinner. But Zacchaeus said to Jesus, I will give half my money to the poor. If I have cheated anyone, I will pay that person back 4 times more. Jesus said, Salvation has come to this house today.
What?
This man truly belongs to the family of Abraham. The Son of Man came to find lost people and save them.
So that's the story of Zacchaeus. What do you think about that story? What do you think about Zacchaeus? Surely you must know people in your life that are maybe you may not know them personally, but you see them and you think, gosh, I don't really like that person. They don't seem like they're living a good life. They don't seem like they're nice. They seem greedy or mean or hurtful. And so Zacchaeus is that person in his community, viewed as someone who is not well liked, that people don't care for. And so I love this story because it is that person in the community that Jesus reaches out to, which reminds us that no one is beyond Jesus's love, and that each one of us is capable of redemption, that each one of us has inside of us, no matter how sour or bitter or mean we seem on the outside, each person is capable of the love that God has implanted in each one of us, and to share it. And we see that in Zacchaeus' story today. So I have another video to watch, of course, for us to see about what is happening with our friend Samuel, who's been talking on our curriculum about the story. So I am, of course, very interested to see what he might have to add to our time of discussion. So let me pull up his, let's see, there it is. Share sound, and let's share that. Excellent. Let me pull it up and make it big so we can all see. So let's watch and hear a little bit more about what Samuel thinks of this story.
Hey friends, it's Samuel. Have you ever been in a situation that felt unfair to you? In this story, the crowd of people definitely thought what was happening was unfair. Oh wait, let me rewind and tell you the story. Jesus is walking into Jericho, where there is a crowd of people to meet him. Zacchaeus, a tax collector, climbs up in a tree to see Jesus over the crowd. Tax collectors were not popular in those days. They were known for being unfair, cheating people out of their money, and making the lives of people really hard. As Jesus walks through the crowd, he stops at the most unexpected person, Zacchaeus. I wonder if the crowd thinks Jesus is going to be mad at Zacchaeus or yell at him. Instead, Jesus tells Zacchaeus to come down because he's going to stay at his house that day. Huh? He chose Zacchaeus? The crowd was not happy. How could Jesus stay with someone who had done wrong? Zacchaeus is so excited to welcome Jesus, and he promises to be fair. Jesus never mentioned the bad things Zacchaeus did, but Jesus helps Zacchaeus change by being kind and loving. Jesus shows us how to give people second chances, even when we don't know if they deserve them. Sometimes people just need a chance to be better. Last year, I started a new school and didn't know anybody. I hated being the new kid, and I didn't know how to make friends. Instead of trying, I was really grumpy. I didn't talk to anyone. One day, one of the kids in my class invited me to go to the park. I was so surprised. I knew I had not been nice because I was upset about being at a new school and not knowing anybody. When I went to the park, I made a lot of new friends. After that, I wasn't grumpy or alone anymore. I was so grateful that they invited me and gave me a chance. The people around Zacchaeus that day thought it was unfair that Jesus would choose him over them. Jesus saw past his mistakes, and he knew he could be better. Jesus was right. Zacchaeus changed. Instead of assuming people won't change, let's remember that Jesus guides us to give everyone a chance. Now, it's time for you to wonder.
Well, thank you, Samuel. That was a great way for us to understand a little bit better even about the story. So I have a few questions for you, and we'll talk more about it during our live class on Monday's Zoom. So I want you to think about, why do you think forgiveness is difficult sometimes? Because it can be. When people hurt us or when things happen, sometimes it can be hard for us to say, I forgive you. Have you offered forgiveness to someone even when it was hard to do so? If you have, think about that. And maybe there's parts of that you could share with us on Monday. But even if you don't want to, that's okay. I just want you thinking about it. And lastly, I want you to think about, why do you think Jesus forgave Zacchaeus? Well, I look forward to talking more about this lesson and this topic with you at our Zoom class on Monday. So I hope you'll join us. Again, that is Monday at 6:15 p.m. And if you don't have the link, you can give me a call, or you can call the church and we'll make sure you have it. But until that time, or until Sunday service, when I can talk to you during the children's message, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye now.